What's going on, everybody? It's Civil here, and it has been a minute since we've actually posted a video. I believe the last video I posted was actually, I recorded it before the club online qualifications. So, to give you guys a little bit of an update, I qualified for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers club, and we are going to California, Redwood City, next Thursday, the 21st, I want to say, to play S. Lurka, and then if we win that game, we will be playing the winner of Clef the God, who, as you guys probably know, very, very respected player in the community, and Duke, who I beat Duke in my win to get in game, and then he ended up winning the losers bracket. He's a very good player too. S. Lurka, I don't know a whole lot about him, but I'm expecting him to be fairly decent. I mean, he's made it this far, but. So I do apologize for not posting for a while. After clubs, I had to get some stuff, get back on track in my school and whatnot, just because I had focused a lot on Madden, so then I need to focus back on school. But here we are, and in this video, I want to talk about but the most underused passing chem. Okay, now when you think of passing chems, there's two things, right? You got Hot Route Master, and you got Escape Artist, and maybe you have the out-of-pocket Deadeye, right? And those 2, 3 are pretty much the ones that dominate the meta right now. And I'm here to show you guys one of the most underused ones, and that's going to be the Pass Lead Elite. Now, Tom Brady has this. When I went down to Arlington, Texas, I used him, and he was great. I use him. I use Troy Aikman in salary cap right now. I have Hot Route Master and Pass Lead on him, and I tell you what, it changes my offense significantly. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys check this out. Now, before, a lot of people were very worried about this chem because they said it was broken a lot. There was a lot of overthrows, and there used to be. They patched it, and now you can pass lead posts, crossers, just about anything. You want a little bit of practice with it for sure, but you can make your offense 10 times as more deadly, throwing the same balls you used to throw, except they're a lot more open now, okay? So I'm going to show you guys a few ways. This is the gun trade Y flex formation. This thing is not formation specific. I'm simply using this as a model, okay? So don't take this as you have to do all this. Now, the first play, or the first thing we're going to show you is what we're going to do to destroy cloud flats, all right? So we want to get on a hash, and I like to do this from trips type sets because that is what I use. I use a trips-like set, which is a gun A slot offset formation, which got me to California. So the link to the ebook is in the description below, is what I used to get to California. So very, very good. Now, that was a little bit of self-plug, but I'm going to show you guys a very cool concept with this pass lead chem, okay? So, like I said, I have Hot Route Master so I can make it, but really you want something on the left side or on the outside that looks like this, where you have something to pull back that cloud, and you have something to stay underneath that cloud, which is going to be our smoke screen. Okay, the smoke screen is what you want for this. And you're going to see how versus Tampa 2, that cloud blacks off, boom. We just got 6 yards off of a smoke screen, and that will never be picked by a cloud, and that's going to be caught basically every single time. Now, you want a big receiver, or a bigger receiver, anyone can do it, but a bigger receiver the better, because you're really laying out for that ball. So the bigger the receiver, the more yards he's going to get, and the more of a chance that you'll make sure that he will catch that ball, because it is such a drastic pass lead. But you'll see right here, boom, we're getting that pass lead animation where we're getting way upfield. That was about 7 yards right there, and that's versus a cloud. Now we can do this versus a press as well. Okay, boom. Watch this. It won't be we'll probably get about 6 right here, 6 yards. Pretty good for a smoke screen, okay, if I may say so myself. Now, one thing you need to note when you're running this concept is that it won't work for every single play, all right? And what I mean by that is there's some plays that when you try to pass it up, you just throw it right to the receiver and you'll possession catch it for a gain of 1. I don't know why this is. It's really a glitch in the game. So you just want to make sure that you lab it in practice mode to make sure that your play is one of the plays that you can do it from, okay? And I will show this again right here. Like I said, you just have to make sure you have a play. There's nothing to the play. There's no like certain set of plays that do it. It's literally just random plays do it. Now, the same play will always work, and the same play will always not work. It's always consistent in that regard. It's just there's no way of telling if a play will work or not until you actually do it. Okay, so you want to check that out yourself. So once again, boom. All we're doing, bullet pass lead, straight up. Hopefully you guys can see that kinda. Literally just straight up, 12 o'clock. All right, final time right here. Boom. Boom, 6 yards. Very, very easy to see how good this can be. Now, the second concept I want to start showing you guys is going to be a spacing concept, and it's really just going to be how you can put a curl on the field. And you see we have a hitch and a curl right here, and we're going to really be able to throw these boys open regardless of what the coverage is kind of looking like. And I can really demonstrate it better than I can speak about. So here we go. So right there, that's just showing how good a curl is because it's going to stay underneath that defender anyways. Now, if that defender was tight onto him, you're going to see how he came back to the ball a little bit, and that will become more and more drastic as that defense comes comes closer and closer to him. Okay, so it's going to basically guarantee that a CPU defender will not be able to jump that ball. And I'm just going to run it a few times. That's really the best way I can think of to show it. And right here, you see, you can it's hard to see sometimes when the defenders aren't really draped over them. I'll see if I can go man coverage, and that might be a better example. It really is a game time thing where you can notice it in games when the situation happens. So here we go. We have man coverage. I'm going to try to throw into B. So you see, that was a great example of it. The ball didn't end up getting caught actually, but I'm going to jump into instant replay and show you what actually happens here. So you see we have someone draped all over him. We had to wait for him to actually come back. And this is a very scary throw if you were just to throw it. But with the pass lead chem, it got dropped. But with the pass lead chem, you're able to see how drastically we're able to get that ball away from that defender. See, literally, this is about 3 yards we're going to where only our receiver can get it. This ball is not getting picked. There's just not a chance. Now, you want to make sure you pass lead it away from the defender. If I were to throw the ball to the right on this one, probably would have got picked off. But you see how you're able to get that ball away from the defender, and that's really the best thing you can do. I mean, because you're making sure it can't get picked. I guess man coverage is going to be the best way we're going to be able to demonstrate it. It works against yellow zones when a yellow zone is draped all over a curl. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to use man coverage. So boom, once again, we have them. Boom, and you see that time it was caught, and that's putting where only the receiver can get it. I can show it again with the, I'll try with a hitch here, just to see what it looks like. So boom, he's draped all over him, right? And this time, we pass sled it to the right, which is which was towards the defender. Now, when they're bad man defenders, you can click on and get in front of it, but what you want to do is pass it away from that defender, obviously. And so I will show that right here. Now, you want to make sure it is about angles. This is a little bit of a weirder angle right here, but you can still do it. So yeah, like I said, it's a weirder angle. You want to low ball and get it away from it. I'll show it again right here. Because it is a odd angle for him to be able to fit that ball over there. So boom. So I mean, it's putting it in a spot where only our receiver can get it. But like I said, it's a weird angle, so you want it more over the middle of the field. Now, if the receiver was, or if that defender was a little bit more to the outside of him, let's see if I can shade outside and if it'll actually get him outside of him. Because then I can show you a good example of how we can pass it inside. So let's see. Yeah, so we got him to the, there we go. So we got a little bit of a pass lead inside instead of just staying totally flat-footed right there, catching it right there, and falling down. We were able to get our receiver going inside just a little bit, and I mean we could make it. It should become more drastic right here, shading outside. It won't always be a super drastic pass lead, but it'll always be a pretty decent one. So right here, boom, super drastic pass lead, right? Only your guys catching that. You want to make sure you possession catch it because that will get you the diving out animation. If you try to rack it, your receiver might not dive for it, and the ball will be out of his reach, and then it's probably going to be incomplete, maybe picked off by another defender behind him. So don't do that. Okay. Now the next thing I want to show what's really cool about the pass lead chem is that you can fit balls in that you really couldn't fit in before and make them just so much more open. Okay, so I'm going to show this from the 8-yard line, okay? And this is just a concept that's really good at attacking cover 3 in the red zone, okay? So I'm just going to audible to cover 3 sky. Boom. Very easy. And we're going to do something like this where we're going to be able to throw either A or B, okay? Now A, we're able to do it. Now you see how drastically we were able to get our receiver over, like the ball. Typically, the ball would have just been a nice little possession catch right there, and it was open. But we're able to move our receiver over, basically, with these pass leads, and that's going to open up new windows that you never had before. Now, this might not be the best example of it, but you can see how drastically we're moving our receivers, and this is going to open up your entire offense. Okay, so here we go. Boom. So there you see another drastic pass lead where we're going in, we're cutting inside about 1 to 2 yards. You want to make sure you click on to really get the drastic cut inside with your receiver. And so basically, you're just throwing the ball, hitting A, or throwing that ball, hitting B, and then hitting A while you point to the way you're trying to cut into. But I mean, I can show you in instant replay. Or let me do it one more time, real fast, just so you guys can see it. Actually, let me not press. Let me go. Boom. Boom, so we have that guy right there. And I mean, this is a really simple concept with, 2 streaks in the seams, basically, to really manipulate that defender. Can't speak. 2 seam streaks to really manipulate that middle third, okay? So here we go, boom. And you see how we're able to get a pass lead inside that's getting away from that outside third defender and hitting the seam very, very aggressively. I'll show it in instant replay real fast, just so you guys really get to see it. So you see how this is attacking the middle third because we have the middle third right here. He's cheating this way. We have this. Now you see how he curves in the end zone, and a normal pass would have ended up about right here, right at the end of this. He ends up over here, which is about a 3-yard difference, and that's what's going to keep people from being able to click on it, picking off your balls, and make sure that you score touchdowns like this, okay? People are not using this chem for some reason. It's 5 cap and salary cap. Tom Brady and Drew Brees and maybe someone, and Philip Rivers, I think, has this in regs. No one likes it. I don't know why. This is the best chem in the game, in my opinion. Not the best chem in the game because there's running chems and hot route master, but the best unknown chem in the game. It'll make throws for you that you would never have thought you could make before. It's just gonna open up your entire offense, and it's gonna keep you way safer on offenses. Okay, it's just great. All right, that's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any questions about this ability, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you tell me if you use this ability before. If you currently use it, let me know. I'm very interested. If there's other things you could do with this ability, let me know. I'm super interested, so please tell me. If you have any questions about what I'm doing with the club series, let me know, or how to watch. Make sure you let me know. It's going to be on EA's Twitch, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or hit me up on Twitter. Really up to you guys. But that's going to be it for you guys, and I will see you guys next time.